Let's get it.
Because we nosy, you gon' hear we. Because we nosy, you gon' hear we. We watch as well as pray. This is what we do every day, all day. They call, preach the watchman, me the watchwoman. Because we nosy, yeah man, this is what we doing. We bringing you the hottest news and we don't get tired of what we do. We are true, we are two, representing heaven. Yeah, we stay speaking to the nations. We always winning, we never lose. The Holy Spirit comes through. Have your way, Lord. This is your day, Lord.
We all nosy. We all nosy. The fam nosy. Your pastor nosy. Your mama nosy. Your daddy nosy. Your sister nosy. We all nosy. The nosy family.
Yo, what's up? What's up? I'm your boy DJ Preach, and welcome to the first ever Because We Nosy Sports Edition, man. And basically what I would be doing is I'm going over all the all everything sports, as far as the updates, the scores, latest news that's going on in the NFL and the NBA. All right. So listen, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the original Because We Nosy podcast, doing wonderful numbers. Thank you guys for being a great sport and a supporting cast of the Light Show Media. Today's episode is brought to you by the Light Show Media, man, and the Light Show Radio. So again, you can also tune in to the Light Show Radio. Let me pull that up. All the instructions is right there on your screen, right there. All you got to do is go to your app store. Go in your app store, download Live 365. Do that favor, y'all. Go to Live 365, download Live 365. I'm all over the place, so I'm sorry. Go to the app store, download Live 365, and then go to the search bubble or magnifying glass and type in the Light Show Radio, and then boom, you can listen to 24 hours of great content, inspirational music, and shows like this, Because We Nosy, The Takeover, and so much more. Okay. So we're gonna get right into it, all right? Because we got look, it's a whole slew of games tonight. My team is playing tonight. Let me go ahead and reintroduce myself. All right, it's DJ Preach, man. My favorite NFL team is right here, the Carolina Panthers. All right. We're gonna deep dive into that because we got some breaking news that came out of Charlotte dealing with that. And my NBA team is the Charlotte Hornets. All right. College teams are UNC Chapel Hill. So that is those are my teams. Okay. So there we have it. So everyone is having bad seasons except for Charlotte. Charlotte is doing very well right now, and that's a great transition. So we're gonna get right into the NBA. So right now, the first game that is up right now with 41 seconds left on the clock, it's the Trailblazers versus the Celtics. This is actually going down to the wire. All right, 41 seconds left on the clock. The Celtics has the lead at 101. It's 101 to 100 right now. So this is going to be a phenomenal game. The Celtics just lost against the Hornets the other day. The Celtics are kind of struggling, but I believe as I check the standings here, in the Eastern Conference, if the playoffs was to start today, they would have to play in a play-in series. That would actually be the Celtics and the Raptors, where I actually play in a play-in season. But that's hypotheticals. But right now, the Celtics are losing again right now. Um, no, I'm sorry, they're winning their game against the Trailblazers and 102 to 100. So we're gonna keep that going. This next game that I was paying attention to was the Heat and the Hawks. This has been interesting because the Hawks had a 20-point lead on the Heat earlier tonight. All right, they had a 20-point lead on the Heat, and now it's 15 seconds left on the clock, and the Hawks have a lead of 109 to 108. So we're gonna come back in a couple of seconds to get, well, it's 10 seconds left. We're gonna see if the Hawks can hold that lead. And now we have the Raptors and the Wizards, whom I was just talking about the Raptors. You know, if the playoffs was to start today, they'd do a play-in series. But right now they are up by 13 over the Washington Wizards, 99 to 86. Next game. Let's see if we can pull everything up. Next game, in the third quarter, we have the Bulls and the Bucks. They tied at 60. The Nets versus Spurs, 56-54 in the third quarter is San Antonio. Detroit versus the Jazz. In the second quarter, game really just got out, just kind of really just started, if you will. Jazz hold a 3-point lead, 43-40 over the Pistons. Grizzlies and Nuggets. Grizzlies are over the Nuggets, 53-42 in the second quarter. And coming up in about 4 minutes, you have the Houston Rockets taking their trip to Golden State to basically lose against the Warriors. Okay, but earlier games tonight, you had the Lakers winning over the Orlando Magic at 116-105, and the Charlotte Hornets again winning. What you expect? Charlotte Hornets winning again over the Oklahoma City Thunder, 121 to 98. All right. So those are the two games that are in its finals. And this just in, the Clippers have just beaten the Philadelphia 76ers 102 to 101. So that game has just ended also. And it looks like the Trailblazers Celtics game is getting ready to end in 20 seconds. Hawks and Heat game is getting ready to end in 10 seconds. Trailblazers have taken the lead over the Celtics. And remember, I just said it. The Celtics just had a lead. They just had a 2-point lead. Now they're down by 1. But that's kind of how the Boston Celtics has been playing this year. They've been in every game, but they just can't finish. They cannot finish their games. And this is a testament to that. As they're getting ready to lose this game against the Trailblazers. But the news that we got out of the NFL is that the Carolina Panthers have hired ex-Giants coach Ben McAdoo to be their offensive coordinator. Now, being a Panthers fan, this does not sit well with me, if you will. His experience, he's worked with Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Odell Beckham Jr. That's fine. But I'm just not. I just don't like the marriage, if you will, between this offensive coordinator who has great experience as a QB coach with the QB that we already have, or QBs that we already have on roster, which is God, I can't even think. PJ Walker and Sam Darnold, all right? Sam Darnold is not a starting quarterback. He is not a franchise quarterback. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep that real. He is not that, okay? And to be honest with you, he would never be that. And PJ Walker is, I don't even know why the guy's in the NFL. What this screams to me with Matt Rule on the hot seat, which would probably be his last year This upcoming year may be his last year, even though he signed to a 7-year deal. But when you're going back-to-back seasons, only winning 5 games, that's 10 games totaled. Yeah, brother. If you start off the season this year 0-2, you may just get fired. But going back to what I was saying about Ben McAdoo being the new offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, this screams to me that if the quarterback is not on the roster, which I don't think so. I don't believe in Sam. I don't believe in PJ Walker. Okay. Um, and Cam Newton is not coming back to the Carolina Panthers. If anybody was thinking that, I just don't think that happened. I honestly think that Cam Newton was signed to the Carolina Panthers this past season, just to give the organization or get the fan base a little bit of joy, to get a little bit of energy, if you will. And that's about it. All right. Other than that, I think it was a money grab. It filled seats up with a bad record, but that was about it. If I can be perfectly honest with you, um, but going again, hiring Ben McAdoo as the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers is it just screams that Carolina Panthers will go into this draft and draft a quarterback, which is it's it's kind of like, what do you do? All right, you had one of the worst offensive. I mean, your O line was bad. Okay, you had one of the worst O lines in the NFL. Then your QB situation is out of whack. All right. I was always taught, and I played, football, back in high school and all that great stuff. I was always taught that you have to build from the inside out. You have to build from your O line, your defensive line on out. If you want to build a great foundation of an NFL team, okay. Yes, Carolina Panthers defensive line is really good. All right, but you go to that O line. That O line is struggling. That O line is ugly. It's ugly, and the way that these Carolina Panther selection in the draft this year, they only have a first round pick, and then they go all the way down. Excuse me, to the fourth round. Okay, so you're not going to get a franchise left tackle, because that's what you need. You're not going to get a franchise left tackle out of the fourth round. If you don't get him that first round, you're never going to have a franchise left tackle. This is the year. This is the year in the NFL that if you need, okay, a defensive lineman, if you need offensive lineman, there is a plethora, all right, a plethora of these guys. That's what this draft is built on. This draft is built on offensive linemen and defensive linemen this year. All right. And so this, you got to grab them. I mean, because to be honest with you, I don't see a franchise quarterback in this draft. I don't. Everybody's talking about Kenny Pickett out of University of Pittsburgh. Okay, you know, yeah, the guy. I can see why people are flocking to him, just because of the competition, if you will, of the other quarterbacks. It just don't mean much. I think the next best quarterback to me will be Matt Corral from Ole Miss. The guy has a phenomenal arm. If you need that gunslinger quarterback who can throw the deep ball, that is your guy. But all of these quarterbacks in this NFL draft this year, to me, screams like, where's the accuracy? Where's the accuracy? I think all these quarterbacks have phenomenal arms. You got that. You have the quarterback out of Liberty, which is like wow. I think his name is Malik Willis. And he's more of the scrambling type, and I'm pretty sure he has an arm. But all of these quarterbacks right now are screaming that they still need help um, being accurate. Okay, so I don't see a franchise quarterback coming out of the NFL draft this year. I just don't see it. So if I'm Carolina, I would definitely draft a left tackle, and you just have to build from there. You just like whoever the quarterback is for the Carolina Panthers. In my head, I think it's going to be Sam Darnold, because if you don't get one out of free agency, which I don't even think um, is going to be any great free agents this year, quarterback wise, uh, to take the lead, if you will, or even to spend that money. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Nah, it's not even worth it. You keep Sam Donald, get you a left tackle out of the draft, and you just keep that moving. So I mean, hell, you spent you traded so much value, if you will, to get Sam Donald. That's why we don't have the second and third picks, because you sent that. You sent that to the New York Jets to get Sam Darnold. So it's almost like you have to stand by what you've already done. You know what I mean? This is something you can't undo. So if you're gonna send out for Sam Darnold, make sure you build around Sam Darnold. I mean, that's just the way it is. Because the way the salary cap set up for the Panthers, you guys just don't have it. All right, we're gonna stay right in the NFL, and we're gonna talk about this upcoming, whoo, yeah. This upcoming NFL weekend. All right, now I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. Last weekend, I made some predictions. I was right about the Chiefs and the Steelers. I was right about the Rams and the Cardinals. Um, I as far as I was right about the Bucks and the Eagles. I was right about the Bills and the Patriots. All right, the two that I missed was the Bengals and Raiders, and the Cowboys and the 49ers. Now, like I said, I picked the Cowboys to win. But my heart told me that these are the Cowboys in the playoffs in the 2000s, not 1994, 95, 96. All right. And my heart was like the Niners was going to win, and the Niners pulled that thing off. All right. So salute to them. So, with that being said, this weekend, you have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans at 4:30 p.m. The 49ers and the Packers. It's the second game on Saturday at 8:15. Now, let me break down these two games real quick. Just gonna make it real quick. I love what Joe Burrow is as a quarterback. This guy is tough. This kid, he's not timid. He's precise, and he has a heck of a wide receiver in Chase. Chase came out of nowhere and is dominating the NFL as a rookie. All right, as a rookie. The only thing that bothers me about the Bengals is if they can stop the run game of the Tennessee Titans. All right. Tennessee is one of those teams that likes to, um, if you will, they like to throw the ball short, and they like to pound you. They like to pound you with Henry, man. King Henry, they will pound you with King Henry. So what I see is that this Cincinnati Bengals defensive line, that front seven, coming in that box a lot. And all Tennessee got to do is play action. All Tennessee got to do is play action down that field, man. That's it. Just play action right down that thing. You know what I mean? And it to me, I think it's a wrap. I think it's a wrap. Here what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. Your battering ram with Tennessee is Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry is having a good day against Cincinnati, game over. Because now I got you at my will. I can move you around the way that I can move you around. All right. There's nothing you can do. What you gonna do? I mean, you already can't stop the run. So now while you coming up in that box, I get my tight end. I can do slants. It's over with. Cincinnati gonna have to start early by slowing Derrick Henry down. If they don't do it, this game is over. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, go ahead and give me the Tennessee Titans to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. My matchup, my favorite matchup of the weekend is the 49ers and the Packers. 49ers are taking a trip to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it's going to be cold. 8:15 p.m. All right. Now, whoo, 49ers have, to me, they have a very complex um defense. All right. And it showed that Prescott showed that the 49ers defense can be complex. All right. Um they're the defense, the kind of defense that the 49ers run, um they like to press. They like to press your receivers. They really do. Um and the thing of it is that front seven, mainly the front four, will get after the quarterback. All right. That means that the opposing quarterback um last week was Dak Prescott. You already have to be precise with a quick decision to throw the ball, get the ball out your hand. All right. That's what the 49ers does. You have to be quick thinking as a quarterback to play the San Francisco 49ers. They press your wide receivers, and they're constantly getting pressure on the quarterback. But you're going against the best quarterback in the league this week. That bad man. Yes, that bad man. Mr. Aaron Rodgers. All right. What you did, 49ers. Hear me, 49ers. All right. Hear me, 49ers fans. All right. What you guys did against the Cowboys, that was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. But now you're getting ready to go against that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, who gets that ball out of his hand super quick. All right. Plus, you're going against a better running back. Did I just say that? Did I just say that Jones? Did I think I just said that. Did I just say that Jones, running back for the Green Bay Packers, is better than Ezekiel Elliott? Here's why I say that. How, if you really pay attention, how Aaron Rodgers get that ball out of his hand quick. If you coming at him, guess who's gonna catch that ball on them short passes? Jones. Ezekiel ain't doing it. Ezekiel is not consistent enough to keep catching those balls and saving Dak Prescott. It showed. It ain't gonna happen. Jones will. Jones will. And that little bit helps. That little bit helps. Oh, by the way, Green Bay has a great offensive line. Oh, by the way, they do have a great quarterback. Oh, by the way, Green Bay has a defense this year. I don't know if you guys knew that, but Green Bay has a defense this year. All right. Yeah. You can definitely give me the Green Bay Packers over the San Francisco 49ers. Let's go and keep this moving because we're running out of time. We got the Los Angeles Rams against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Sunday at 3 o'clock, and we have the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Let's break down the LA Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The only way this game is upset, because everybody's going to say Tampa Bay because of Tom Brady. All right. I don't even have to go into Tampa Bay. I would like to go into the Rams and why the Rams will beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the worst. They have the worst. They have the worst secondary, one of the worst secondaries in the league. But their pass rush is phenomenal. All right. But what does the Rams have that Tampa Bay has also? They're called wide receivers. Okay. With that being said, the wide receiver matchup with the Rams and Tampa Bay, that's the Rams all day. If Tampa Bay's front seven don't get to Matthew Stafford, those wide receivers are going to be wide open like a prostitute. Did you hear me? All day, every day. Come through. They're going to be open. I'm telling you. I know that knowledge it was bad, but I'm just saying how free it's going to be, how open it's going to be. All right? Secondary ain't going to be able to run with Cooper, Odell Beckham and them. It ain't going to happen. And Woods and them. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. That's why I give the edge to the LA Rams upsetting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is almost if you will, a coin toss. All right. But I'm a defensive kind of guy. All right. I'm a defensive kind of guy. In Kansas City now, the Kansas City Chiefs just found what a defense looks like. Like we all know Kansas City always had an offense for all these years. All right, with Patrick Mahomes and Tariq Hill and et cetera, all right? But the only person we knew on defense was I forget his name, the defensive tackle and the Honey Badger. That was it. But these guys got a pass rush. They got a pass rush. But is that pass rush going to be enough for Buffalo? Will it? Watch this. I'm going to give it to Kansas City. Here's why I'm going to give it to Kansas City. Because of the better quarterback play. I honestly think, I can't think of the quarterback's name in Buffalo. I just drew a blank real quick. Oh man, I just drew. Yeah, Josh Allen. There you go. I think Josh Allen is going to give this game away. I see this. I think Josh Allen is going to give this game away, and that will mean that the Kansas City Chiefs will beat the Buffalo Bills. But Grant, like I said it earlier, and I continue to say it that yes, the Kansas City Chiefs, they have a pass rush. They finally found their pass rush this year. All right, they finally found it, but will it be enough to stop the Buffalo Bills? You know, will it? I got my best friend over here talking about getting it together. And by the way, he's an LA Chargers fan. So great year, you guys. We're both on the couch. But going back to Buffalo and Kansas City. Kansas City finally found their pass rush. But the Buffalo Bills, man, they have a phenomenal offensive line. But Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen gives it up. I think Josh Allen really gives up this game. Patrick Mahomes has improved over the season because early in the season, like defensive coordinators was really it was really catching up to Patrick Mahomes because he wanted to do all of these circus throws and things of that nature, throw to the arm, back arm, and all of that stuff. They was like, nah, you know. And he wasn't looking like Patrick Mahomes, but he got it down all together. And now that he's in the playoffs, man, give me the Chiefs. This give me the Chiefs over the Bills, but barely. Only because Josh Allen gonna give this game up. Josh Allen gonna give this game up. Recap. So we go back to the LA Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Give me the LA Rams over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for an upset. Just because Tampa Bay's secondary is just not that good. The Green Bay Packers over the San Francisco 49ers and the Tennessee Titans beating the Cincinnati Bengals. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. We're gonna go back to this NBA scores before closing out the show, just like I promised you guys. All right, and then yeah, and then we're going to be out of here. All right. So again, we at the halftime with Detroit and Utah at 60-52. The Memphis Grizzlies are all over the Denver Nuggets at 68-63. We have the Houston Rockets right now leading the Golden State Warriors at 11-6. All right. So going back to that Toronto Raptors and Washington Wizards game, Toronto found a way to pull that out at 109-105. The Atlanta Hawks, who's been on like a 9-game losing streak, y'all. Now they found their way on the 2-game winning streak because this past week they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now they found the way to beat the red hot Miami Heat at 110-108, and that was here in Atlanta. And just like I predicted, the Boston Celtics was going to find a way to lose tonight's game. That's what I opened up with. I said Boston stay in these games, and then they don't find a way to close them out. And that's exactly what the Celtics did tonight. I don't understand, there was 50 seconds left on the clock. 50 seconds left on the clock, and it was 102-100. Now, the final score, the Trailblazers has won the game at 109-105. I don't understand how that happened, but it happened. The Celtics found a way to lose. The LA Clippers beat the 76ers 102-101. My Charlotte Hornets found a way to continue this winning streak that's very surprising, to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 121-98. And the LA Lakers, the king himself, LeBron James, beat the Orlando Magic right there in Disney World 116-105. All right. Well, listen, thank you guys for joining in the brand new episode, if you will, in the series of Because We Nosy Sports. Like I said, I'll be breaking down the NBA, the NFL, the latest news that's going on across those great sports and scores also. Again, recapping that the Carolina Panthers, unfortunately, signed former head coach Ben McAdoo as their offensive coordinator, and that's just not it. That's just not going to work. That's not the way. And I'm a Panther fan, and I'm saying that. That's just not the way. But anyway, we will see you next week. And, hey, see if you can challenge me on my predictions, all right? See if you can challenge me on my predictions with the NFL, all right, for this wild card weekend, all right? Thank you, guys. Peace.